David, thanks for chatting to us at a cold and wet Oriam. Aside from the weather, how's the week been so far with the 21s?
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable. The training's been of a really high standard, and all the boys in that off the pitch are really good, and on the pitch are really good. So it's been a fun experience so far, and I'm looking forward to the week ahead.
You played in the last game against Malta. You must take confidence from such a convincing win against a decent opposition?
Yeah, they were a good opposition. I mean, when they came over here, we only beat them 2-1, so it shows the level we were at against them that game to beat them 5-0, and now I think we're just ready and preparing, doing the last kind of bits we need to do to get ready for Belgium.
You made your 21s debut in June. You've got 4 caps now. How have you found the step up from the 19s?
Yeah, it's a lot harder, obviously, coming against a very good opposition like the Spain side. There's some boys that are playing in La Liga and boys that are playing for Barcelona and stuff, so it's a really good experience at the same time as being a really difficult challenge to play in.
Just looking at the options we have in central midfield, the likes of yourself, Lennon, Daniel Kelly, Leon King can play there, Connor Barron. It's great for the gaffer, but it must be a bit of competition for places.
No, I think it's healthy. I think it's good to see so many young boys at this age competing for spots, and most of them we're all playing first team football, you know, so I think it's just it's healthy competition. I think every one of us relishes it and enjoys playing against each other in training and stuff.
Just taking things back to club level, last year was a real breakthrough for yourself, playing pretty much every single week and winning Young Player of the Year. How do you reflect on that now, looking back?
Yeah, I think it was a dream season for me to obviously come through and play as much as I did. That was the main thing for me last year, was to try and play as much games as I did, and I didn't really expect to have the season I did, and it was just it was amazing. It was such a big learning curve for me as well. So as well as I played well, I made some mistakes and stuff like that, which also helped benefit me, and it made me learn some things about last season as well that I can take into this new season and hopefully build on.
We're early in the season so far, but you've already scored a couple of goals. We're chatting off camera about the goal against Dundee United in particular. Have you always been a goal-scoring midfielder coming through, and how much would you like to do that in a Scotland shirt as well?
Not particularly a goal-scoring midfielder. I think that was something that me and the gaffer had spoke about, is trying to add more goals to my game, because I think that's something that people look for in a midfielder, is to score more goals and to always be arriving in the box, being a late runner and crashing the box and getting goals, because that's what every number 8 should be now, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully I can start adding goals to the game for Scotland as well.
And just looking to the game on Friday against Spain, we were competitive, but I imagine we probably want to try and create a bit more chances and be a bit more on the front foot against Belgium if we can.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it before. We beat them over in Belgium, which was a very difficult task. I wasn't there, but the boys done really well. I watched it, so hopefully we can just bring that back to Scotland. We've got the home advantage, so hopefully we can get the win. And
just finally, you're relatively new to this group, but how much would it mean to yourself personally if you were to be able to play a part in qualification for the Euros next summer?
Yeah, I'd be buzzing to be a part of that. I think that the games I've played, I've done pretty well, so hopefully I can keep pushing at club level as well, and hopefully I can be there for that experience.
Please welcome your teams, Belgium and Scotland.
Tynecastle for what is a huge match in Under-21 Euro 2025 qualifying. Scotland have had a good campaign so far, and a win over Belgium tonight would see them secure second place in their group and a playoff spot to match. It will also keep them in with a shout of qualifying automatically as one of the best runners-up. It's been a great campaign for Scott Gemble's men. Can Scotland end it on a high this week? I'm Andrew McLean, delighted to say I'm joined by Scotland international and Motherwell defender Stephen O'Donnell. We'll take a look at the team news shortly, but first of all, the players are out there. They are ready to represent their country, and first of all, we will hear the national anthems for both teams, Scotland and Belgium. The national anthem for Belgium, now followed by the national anthem of Scotland. A rain-soaked Tynecastle under the lights on a Friday night. A huge opportunity in front of these Scotland players as they aim to make it to the European Championships next year. The players shaking hands at the moment, and we will take a look at the team news before we get underway here in Gorgie. 3 changes for Scotland from that win against Malta last time out. Budonakis, Doig and Mulligan are the 3 that come in for Scott Gemmell. Ryan Oney on the bench, his first appearance in any Scotland under-21 squad. And for the visitors, just the 2 changes for them. A strong lineup as well. 2 of their players already have senior caps for the Belgian national team, so it will be a tough opposition tonight for Scotland. Stephen?
Yeah, no, definitely. Doing my homework this afternoon. I'm looking at the team, seeing there's multiple players that have went for millions, which is testament to the Belgian setup. They're continually kind of got a conveyor belt just now of talent. But obviously we showed last time out when we played them we can compete. We won 2-0 over there, so hopefully more of the same tonight, and can start to kind of really focus on hopefully getting a good result in Kazakhstan. Yeah,
plenty of quality in that Scotland lineup as well. The captains shaking hands. Josh Doig in the under-21s, back in the under-21s for this one, and Killian Sardella wearing the armband for Belgium. And it's good to see some of the players that maybe haven't been involved in recent times. Josh Doig, one of them, back in the setup, bringing that quality that he has. He's of course been in Scotland squads, senior squads previously.
No, definitely. I think him and Max Johnson and Connor Barn all would have been in with the right chance of being in the Scotland A team, and whether it's been decided to come and play here because it's such an important game, but it'll be great to see. Pretty much there's a couple of injuries. I think big miss is Kieran Slicker. I've been very impressed with him, but come injuries comes opportunities, and Batanakis has got a great one tonight to kind of stamp his place.
Yeah, it's all about what these 11 players on the pitch can do, and of course the substitutes will play their part here as well at Tynecastle. Dire Mabudi standing over the ball for Scotland, and we are ready to go in Edinburgh for this big one, the business end of this qualifying campaign. And it's been a good one so far for Scott Gemmell Scotland, but now they need to go and try and finish the job as the ball is hooked into the stand early on by the Belgian defence.
I'm always intrigued to see the questions the shapes pose on Scotland's back 3. The games I've commentated on before, Scotland are very aggressive. They kind of slide into a back 4 to get a really aggressive press, and it's worked really well obviously throughout the competition, so hopefully will be more of the same tonight.
That one's hooked clear by Van den Bos and taken down well, and maybe a chance for Belgium early on to get forward. Mbangula.
It's a lovely touch there from Silla.
It's now Romans. Van den Bos to his central defensive partner Spilliers. Romans.
I spoke earlier about the money some of these boys have went for, and it's the two sixes tonight. Keita and Vermeeren have went for a combined something 30 million. So it'll be a real test for our centre mids tonight, and hopefully add a couple more million on the likes of Lennon Miller and Lyle Cameron.
Yeah, big talents in that midfield for Belgium. As you mentioned, Keita, Vermeeren, the two of them have both already featured for the senior Belgian side. 1 cap for Keita, 4 already for Arthur Vermeeren, who was part of Belgium's Euro squad as well. Didn't make it onto the pitch, but sat on the bench for their games at the Euros in Germany in the summer.
Shows you how serious they're taking this as well. Sometimes you can think it's only ourselves that want to qualify, not done it for a while. This Belgian side hungry for it as well.
The big switch over to this side in Bangula. Plays his football for Juventus in Bangula. Romans. Back to Keita. Linking up with Vermeeren, the two we were just mentioning. Romans. Keita. Belgium just happy to be patient in these early stages, trying to work that space, moving Scotland around to see what openings they can create.
The positive, you obviously want to get a few touches early. We've not maybe managed to do that, but we're so every time I've watched Scotland 21s, they're so organised defensively, their structure. You see they're a 5-3-2, organised, sliding across, and it will be interesting to see as the game develops. A draw suits us, but obviously it's too early just now to be looking for such a result.
The throw will go Scotland's way. It was defending by Lewis Nielsen, down in the left back position, but playing as a left centre back. Scotland playing with that back three as the senior side so often do under Steve Clarke. Nielsen's throw flicked round the corner, up into the air. Mabudi battling for it. It's taken down, and Mulligan trying to cause some problems in that Belgian defence, but it goes back to Lamens in the Belgian goal. It's now Sardella, the captain, to Keita. A clipped ball to Romans in Bangula.
I'm excited to see him Bangula. I think whenever you're obviously playing for Juventus, you've played in the first team, you must have some quality, and it'll be interesting to see how young Max and Mullen deal with that down that left hand side.
Well, here he is in Bangula, who manages to stay on his feet under pressure from Connor Barron. But once again, the Belgians in no rush. Still very early in this game. Doig wins it back for Scotland, but gives it away. Did it come off the arm of Lyle Cameron? It did. So says the referee, Miguel Nogueira from Portugal. And it will be a free kick taken quickly by the visitors. Stroikens from Vermeeren. First time pass is a good one. Sardella. Just moving the ball with a bit more urgency now, the Belgians. In Bangula. One-on-one with Max Johnson. Manages to clip that ball in towards the back post, but it's calm from Budanokis just to know that it's curling round that far post and out.
I'd probably just like to see whenever the ball gets switched there, Max going out, he's very isolated there against him, Bangula. Maybe whether it's the centre back getting across, but more likely one of the centre mids to slide and maybe give him that protection. He wants to come in his right foot and inside, maybe just help him out.
Lewis Budanokis to take this goal kick. It is his first appearance for Scotland Under-21 side. Maybe it was a bit of a toss-up coming into this one, who would play, just given the fact that Kieran Slicker, who has had that number 1 jersey, is unavailable. But it's Lewis Budanokis that has impressed as Connor Barron wins the ball for Scotland and looks to make something happen. Max Johnston. Vermeeren wins it back, and in Bangula, not the touch he would have wanted.
Well
Scotland back in possession. Mullen goes down there, the referee says nothing doing. Well, we a throw into Belgium.
It was a good interception there from Mullen. I think Bangula just maybe get his feet mixed up, but you need to be there and ready to intercept, and he done it very well. I don't mind what Max Johnson tried there. He's tried to pick out his teammate. Sometimes in the deeper areas you can just swing it in. A more hopeful ball he's tried to pick out, I think it was Miller, but just maybe a wee bit late in passing it.
Van den Bos. Strikers goes back to the central defender, gets it back again. Silla. Josh Doig going back the way, getting the ball back for Scotland as Lennon Miller clips it forward, but Keita intercepts. In Bangula, Max Johnson quickly out to him. Romans to Mbangula, seen a lot of the ball in the early stages, the Juventus winger.
Just need to make sure if we're going to sit this deep, we need to make sure that we're aggressive when they do get into our final third. There's no problem being a low block.
That's nice from Conor Barron to hold on to it, and Lennon Miller will win the free kick.
Well played. And that's what I was just about to say. When you recover it, it's so important you're clean with the first, second pass, or else it's going to be a long night sitting in your own 18-yard box.
You mentioned earlier on the players like Josh Doig, Max Johnson, Conor Barron, who have played plenty of times at this level, who have stepped up and trained with the senior squad. Their experience should really help Scotland in what is a big game tonight.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, look, the Scotland squad is certainly experienced enough. There's 92 caps between the starting 11, and that's just in the 21s level. So plenty of experience. Hopefully, we can use that, draw from it in the tough stages, and ride out the spells that will come.
Oh, the pass was short, and Mabudi's onto it.
Slack pass from Spillers.
Barron goes long, looking for Max Johnson. Flicked into the air by Romans, who will get the ball again. Spilliers to Van den Bos. The captain, Sardella. Over 100 appearances for Anderlecht, plenty of experience in this Belgium side as well, as we mentioned. Romans to Mbangula.
Like that communication there from Cameron and Johnston. Just Johnston taking the runner, Cameron dealing inside. It was such a kind of communication. When you're hemmed in, you've got bodies. It's about talking, saving the legs. No need to do the long yards when you can pass them on.
Van den Bos to Strikers. Well, as you'd expect, the Belgians very comfortable in possession at the back. But this time they decide to go long through Sen Lamens, and it's a nice ball, a touch too heavy for Mbangula. Mullen was onto him quickly. Budanokis goes long.
It's good clearance for Budanokis. I think after his first kick he needed a good one. What's that from?
Well, Scotland thought they got a lucky break there, but the referee says the ball came off the arm of Conor Barron.
Didn't look too obvious for here.
Yeah, he's not having it, the Rangers midfielder, but Belgium will take the free kick and get on with it.
It broke nicely there for Mbudi as well. So
the ball inside, it's touched into the air by Johnson. Mbangula tries to come inside. Johnson can put his foot through it. Van den Bos. Strikers. Has Sardella on his outside, but decides to go for Stroikens. Romans thought about it. Mbangula up against Max Johnson again.
it's important we force their wingers wide because they're both left and right footed on the opposite side. You want to try and keep them outside, reduce their quality.
There's a good ball into Silla, but strong defending by Dane Murray. Keita. Belgium will continue this pressure, but Lennon Miller reads it, and Lyle Cameron can just clip that one forwards. Maybe not the composure that Josh Mulligan was looking for.
important not to get frustrated. I think there'll be moments in the game. It's been a tough start, 10 minutes in, not much of the ball, but with a few opportunities to break and nicking the ball, and we just need to try and thrive off that if we're going to sit in this deep.
Yeah, Lewis Nielsen just happy to see that one go out for a Scotland goal kick. He's another one with plenty of appearances at this level. His 11th. Plenty of options on both benches. The managers won't be worrying about that at the moment. It's all about what the 22 can do out there, and it's good work from Lewis Nielsen to play it forward for Dire Mabudi. This is what he likes, Mabudi. There's a chance for Lennon Miller, and that one pretty safely into the arms of Sen Lamons, but he's found his scoring touch recently.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's the first real opportunity of the match, and I would have wanted it to fall to Lennon there. He's took his touch nice. Just maybe could have pushed out a wee bit more from his feet, but the quality he has, that's a real good chance for him. Is shooting from outside the box is different class. Working the keeper, but I'm not going to lie, I thought he was going to have the net rippling there.
3 goals in his last 3 games for Motherwell. Lennon Miller, he'll be looking to try and keep that streak going at international level.
It's a nice move, that. Started off with a great ball from Nielsen, and then Buddy linking up. It was a good move from Scotland. Thought that might have been a handball there in the box. I was panicking. Maybe giving us a penalty, but thankfully play on.
Yeah, no VAR tonight as well, thankfully.
Means the game might be finished in 90 minutes. Well played.
Nielsen to Dane Murray. Mullen. Ball over the top. You can see what he was going for as Johnson tries to win it back. But there's Vermeeren to clean things up for Belgium. And then switches to the other side for Sardella.
There certainly isn't as many headaches as there was last time with the selection, but you've still got the likes of Doak, who's obviously with the A squad, and then you get Slicker and the 2 centre backs, Morrison and Bowett. So there's certainly injuries and obviously absentees that are notable, but we've slotted in a game well, looking comfortable, organised, and again having that chance early on will do nothing but get some confidence.
Yeah, I think both managers will be happy with the start so far. Just under 14 minutes gone at Tynecastle. Mbangula up against Mullen this time, gets by him, gets to the edge of the box, and maybe a chance for Belgium now as they work it. Sardella blocked by Lewis Nielsen. Will spin out for a throw on the far side for Belgium.
It was a nice move from Belgium there, getting down by Mullen, but well recovered out. We're organised again, getting not too much panic, and we get the block on the shot. I'll take shots from 20 yards out with pressure all day, every day of the week.
Sardella with the throw to Stroikens, gets it back.
I'd like a cross to come in for Batanakis to get his hands on it, just kind of have something real positive start. Just for his first game, not being so deep and not having anything to do can test his patience, and we need to make sure he's staying alive, staying alert.
Romans, a lot of the play for Belgium so far coming down this left side. But they do have danger over this side with Jana Stroikers. This one's cut out, and now Doig to Lennon Miller. Looks for the ball over to his former Motherwell teammate Max Johnson, but it goes out of play. 2 players you know very well.
Yeah, no, definitely, and to be honest, very natural move for the two of them. Max loves getting in behind. Seen it just before there with Connor Barn trying a similar pass, and Max will give you that all day. He loves the run, kind of coming in off the wing back area inside and behind. Got a couple of goals off it from Motherwell, so hopefully there'll be a few more now. He's at Sturm Graz, doing well, got called up to the A squad, so no, I'm looking forward to seeing Max again. It's a couple of years since I last seen him play.
Yeah, he's played in a couple of Champions League games already this season, Max Johnson.
Something you associate with the 21s is maybe not a lot of appearances, but see when you look through the squad, pretty much all of them are playing. I think really only Mullen's playing Premier League 2, the rest are all playing first team football, and Buddy's in Belgium playing for Westerlo, and he's I think he's got eight starts, nine appearances, something like that, and a couple of goals. So it's great all these boys are out playing football, improving, and it's hopefully bodes well for Steve Clarke in the future.
Oh, Mulligan through, and it's a great interception from Zeno van den Bos, because Mabudi was ready to take that one on, and he would have been through one-on-one with the keeper.
Strange from Bangula there. I thought he could have maybe headed that, kept in.
Well, these last few moments will give Scotland belief. That Lennon Miller shot, and then Mulligan's ball through to Mabudi didn't lead to a shot, but Scotland are now sense that they can maybe get at this Belgian defence.
Yeah, no, just making sure we don't give anything away in the counter, because we've not seen it yet. We've been quite deep, but I'd imagine there's pace in that front three. And just seen there for Lennon Miller, he does that so well. See, protecting the ball, buying free kicks, gets the game settled down, and look, he's got a few assists already from this area, so I'm expecting a good delivery. Yeah,
the responsibility he takes at such a young age, 18 years old, but is the man who demands the set pieces at Motherwell, and is doing so here as the ball comes to Cameron. Back to Miller. Johnston clips it towards Doig, who manages to take it down. It comes off the slick surface and doesn't quite manage to keep it in.
Sometimes think it's a waste when you kind of go short from the areas and don't get a ball kind of penetrating in behind the defensive line, but to be fair, it shows the confidence these boys have trying to knock it about, and just maybe didn't quite work out that time.
The throw goes long, and the referee will blow for a foul on Jana Stroikers.
Thought that one looked quite soft, not too much contact, but
Van den Bos to Sardella. Back to the Antwerp central defender, Keita. Van den Bos with a big switch towards Mbangula, but it's over the head of the Juventus winger.
We'll take that. We're in organised. Max Johnson in a good position to put pressure on it, and it's a couple of times they've tried to switch, so it's obviously a part of their play they like. Some of these bigger football nations like to play short passes, but that's 2 or 3 times already they've tried to switch it over to the opposite winger.
Yeah, trying to mix it up, Belgium, so far, but it remains goalless here at Tynecastle. Just under 20 minutes have gone in Gorgie in what is a crucial game. Scotland can seal a playoff spot with a victory tonight.
Just as Lemons is on the ball, all of the Belgian keepers have got first team experience this season, and the Belgian Pro League, it's pretty impressive, and I think 2 of them have played every game for their respective teams. So that's Le Mans with Antwerp. It shows you the strength they've got in their squad. Nice
Miller,
man.
ball round the corners, nice for Mabudi, tries to play it in first time, but it's intercepted. There is flashes of what Scotland are capable of. Mullen just hassling him, Bangula following him everywhere he goes. And this time it's the clipped ball over the top towards Silla, who takes it down, had the option, has the strike, and that one just wide of the Scotland goal. But a big opening for the visitors.
That was a good strike. I was just about to praise Mullen for his pressing on Bangula, but maybe he's a little bit slow in recovering. We didn't quite get the support for Dane Murray there. He backed off and maybe could have slipped it in, Silla, but it's a lovely strike. I say Batanakis had it covered, but I missed it with mine. Never. All the best for him.
Well, just the one goal under 21 level for Yusuf Silla in his 8 caps. Unable to add to it on that occasion. Miller goes back to Nielsen, and then back to Budanakis. Nielsen. Scotland decide to go direct this time, but it's well left by Lamans.
It's important that we try and get some counter movement. You've got Mulligan and Doig both running in behind. It's good. It's penetrating. It's a really important part of the game. But I think when you see one go, another one needs to try and come. Maybe Mulligan in that situation to feet and try and link and give them a different problem. But again, the running's the hardest part, and they're keen to do it.
Nielsen with a header, but the danger isn't over in Bangula. Plenty of blue shirts around him, and it's Barron who gets the first challenge in, but isn't able to fully dispossess, and then goes over the ball. Connor Barron, and will go into the book as well.
I think that's a yellow card. That's a wee bit rash from Connor Barron. I think he's someone that's really been a shining light for Rangers since the start of the season. Just a wee bit rash, a bit of a character from him. He's good at breaking up the play, to be fair, for Rangers, but that's definitely a yellow card.
Yeah, just a bit too eager to get the ball back there, Connor Barron, and it will mean Belgium have a free kick in a dangerous position as Romans gets back to his feet.
My only problem is I'd probably rather him leave a wee bit on one of the wingers rather than the left back. As much as Romans a good player, I'd much rather that have been Bangula.
Well, a couple of options to take this one for Belgium, Strikers or Vermeeren. Could be an in-swinger or an out-swinger against the two-man wall for Scotland. It is Stroikens into the box, the header over the bar by Van den Bosch.
That's a good opportunity. Disappointing there, but a free head on the middle of the 6-yard box. Be delighted it went over the bar, but that was a very good opportunity for the Belgians.
Yeah, the flicked header, Spaliers it was actually, the 19-year-old. He's another that's had senior call-ups for Belgium. Hasn't made it onto the pitch for the senior side, but has been in with a shout. Cameron goes back to Nielsen. Intercepted by Miller, and Mullen will go back to Budanakis, forces him a wee bit wide. But that one will go long, and Scotland just need to be careful with Budanakis making his way back into his goal, but that's all sorted now.
Well picked up there from Johnson, just tucking in enough. Bangula was running in the channel behind Mullen.
Josh Doig still playing his football in Italy. Murray. Mullen going for the clipped ball down the line, headed away by Romans. Mullen just goes over the line. And Romans not happy as Mullen went in for the challenge. I think he didn't feel the ball had fully gone out of play, but it will be a throw into Belgium.
I thought Barron caught him 2 minutes ago, but that one was a bit theatrical. Don't think there was much at all in that one. Mullen just trying to be composed, don't mind it. I'd rather you make mistakes being positive and trying to show that composure, but just outran it and then maybe lunged slightly, but I didn't think there was much in that.
Plays his club football for Leeds United, Jeremiah Mullen. As you mentioned earlier, features for their under-21s in the Premier League too. But when they were in the English Premier League a couple of seasons ago, did make it onto their bench for big games against the likes of Manchester United and Tottenham. It's a heavy ball, but it's dealt with by Sardella. As the rain continues to hammer down here at Tynecastle, making for a very slick surface in Bangula. With the switch to Sardella. Strikers forced out, and Scotland do get the throw.
When we spoke about the depth in the Belgian squad, Sardella's played every game for Anderlecht this season. It's real testament, as I'd said, about the conveyor belt of the Belgian players. But again, Scotland's been well in this side. We're 25 minutes in. They've had one really good opportunity from a set piece, which you wouldn't expect, and then one from a counter. And Scotland, on the other hand, have had a very good chance with Lennon having a good opportunity at the edge of the box. So it's been a good start from the Scottish side.
Van den Bos to Sardella. Two players have seen a lot of the ball so far in this game, with Belgium sometimes being patient around the back, sometimes just looking to go long. This time maybe just trying to force Scotland out a bit.
Can see Mulligan and Mbudi working ever so hard to try and stop Keita getting on the ball. He's obviously someone they've marked as a danger, dictating things.
Yeah, plays his football at Parma. Gets the pass in towards Silla, but once again Scotland getting the bodies in the right place around their own 18-yard box, squashing any potential danger. Happy to do that at the moment and just wait for their opportunities to go forward. We've seen it a couple of times for Scotland, that Lennon Miller shot breaking forward, but the Belgians, and that is calm from Dane Murray, just to let the ball drop and find the pass.
That was a very good touch, very composed. Playing at Queen's Park just now on loan from Celtic, but if he's expecting to get an opportunity at Celtic, that's the kind of composure he needs to show. When you play for Celtic, you play a high line, the ball gets put in behind you a lot, and it's not just about kicking out for a throw-in. And for that example, it was very good.
Yeah, good to see Dane Murray out there, because he's had his real injury issues, double cruciate problem, couple of years that really bothered him. Hasn't helped in his development. Made his Celtic debut back in July 2021 as a young player against FC Midtjylland in Champions League qualifying. Has had a tough time of it, but now looks to be back on track.
I always think whenever young players get injured, that it's when they come back, it shows you the character they've got, because it can be a lonely place being injured. Talk about mental health day yesterday, and it's such an important part of football, is your mental health and how you overcome these things. And an injury, especially at a young age, can change, and it shows you how strong and big a character he must be that he's in now, playing 21s after such a long time out.
Keita on the turn, it just gets away from him, but manages to retain possession under the pressure of Dire Mabudi. Spilliers to Romans. Stroikins goes down. Play will continue in Bangula. Romans in for Mbangula. Vermeeren. Dire Mabudi just getting his toe on it.
It's a couple of times when Budi's been very close to nicking it. Again, it's positive.
Roman spots the run of Silla, who looked to play it back the way towards Mbangula, but just couldn't get the touch, and Budenokis will happily take that.
I spoke about it, I'd like it to be in his hands, and he's done well. First real question he's been asked, and he's gathered it well. Again, good composure from Murray at the back. Snuffed out the danger.
Yeah, not a whole lot of top-level club experience for Budenokis, despite being 22 years old. Did have a loan spell at Stranraer from Rangers last season, helped keep them in the SPFL. They had that Pyramid playoff against East Kilbride.
I always think it's difficult when you're a goalkeeper at the top clubs, is when you leave to go and get experience. Seen it with Robbie McCrory this season, Liam Kelly years before, and even go back to when I first started playing, it was Scott Fox who was leaving Celtic. It's a hard place to get in, never mind as a goalkeeper, and it's kind of getting that timing and whether you're lucky enough and good enough to get in right away, but more than likely you're going to need to go and try and apply your trade elsewhere and kind of get a reputation to deserve being number one at these clubs.
Lyle Cameron finds Max Johnston. Not the pass Mulligan was wanting, and now Mbangula. Stroikins back to Mbangula, takes it on the turn. Mullen gets a touch, and now he's hassling and harrying the winger, and gets the throw in for Scotland.
when Mullen gets his hand across, he's really tenacious, really aggressive, and that's 2 or 3 times now. Got done once with Mangula down the side, but dispossessing him very well.
Just happy to take his time over this one. In no rush, Jeremiah Mullen. Barron to Mullen. And Bangula with the block this time.
The thing I'm hoping is Bangula and Keita both have their sleeves over their hands, and it's not a particularly cold night. So hopefully it kind of is more a sign that they're not really that bothered, which hopefully that's the case.
They are both used to playing their football in Italy. Bit of a difference from the rain here in Edinburgh.
It's drizzle. We should have arranged this for December.
Here is Keita, back to Spilliers. Romans, who is a club teammate of Dire Mabudi. Of course, plays his football in Belgium with Westerlo, so the two of them will know each other quite well. But it is good to see the number of young Scottish players plying their trade elsewhere. It's maybe changed days. A lot of younger players now happy to go abroad, test themselves, broaden their horizons.
No, definitely. There's only in this starting 11 alone, I think there's 4: Max Johnson, Josh Doig, and Buddy, which is the 3. But it's great, and it gives them an experience. At the very worst, they might not learn much football, but they're getting experience, life experience that, again, should only help them. Well played there. It's a lovely touch.
Well taken in, but didn't have the pass to match. Mullen did wait on it. Maybe put Budanokis under a bit more pressure than he would have wanted to. Strikins through for Silla. Budanokis quick off his line and gathers.
Out well again. Good. Always helps when the keeper comes and collects things, anything in behind it. It starts to build a confidence that you trust that he's going to be there and can allow the back 3 to maybe be more aggressive. Lovely.
Yeah, nice play from Scotland. That one just getting away from Lennon Miller, but Connor Barron back in quickly to win possession for Scotland. Doig.
Connor Barron's done really well there. Bit of quality, get the Scotland team going forward.
Still Doig, goes in towards Mulligan. There's a cam flick away. But Scotland will keep on coming. Barron, flick over the top towards Mulligan. And eventually away by Van den Bosch.
Van den Bosch just showing the different sides to his game. Bringing it down in his chest, wee Cruyff clearance, and then out the park. Bit more old fashioned, that last one.
Strikins. Mullen will get that back for Scotland. Now Mulligan looks up, has a go.
Again, positive, a bit ambitious maybe from 25 yards out, 30 yards out, but again on target, working the keeper. Another positive wee bit of play there from Scotland. Good pass from Mullen and the turnover, finding Mulligan in that space.
Vermeeren. Nice turn. Strikins. Romans has Strikins alongside him. In for Bangula. Tries to skip away from Barron, has to go back to Strikins. Scotland well organised at the back so far. Strikers to Silla. Back to Strikers, and there's Connor Barron again to win possession back. Mulligan looking for the foul, won't get it. Keita, Vermeeren. Strikins back to Romans. Vermeeren. Strikins, nice passing by the Belgians as they look to create an opening, and the free kick is given. Lennon Miller can't quite believe it.
Not sure about that one. That was kind of just moved out the way, Lennon, I think, and he's just off balance, but maybe a wee bit of contact before the foul's given, but nothing's in that. It's a dangerous position.
Yeah, looks as if Vermeeren will be the one to take. Undoubted quality he's got. just 19 years old, playing his football at RB Leipzig on loan from Atletico Madrid. Had a big money move there in January.
Certainly the position of it would favour a right footer, but Stoikers is obviously fancies himself as well.
Yeah, well, Strikers has just repositioned the ball as the Scotland wall and Romans behind them get a bit of a talking to from the referee. Strikers to take, and the Scotland wall stands firm.
Well, Josh Doig doing his job there, taking one in the, I think it was in the chest, but slightly surprised it was the left footer. Probably the right footer goal was going away from the keeper if you go goalies the wall side, but again, I'm not going to complain.
Well, no luck with the free kick for Strikers, but he'll be the one to take this corner. Goes in, it's a dangerous ball, flicked on, but he didn't get enough contact. Scotland still have defending to do, and it's lovely play to get away, but goes down a bit too easily as Miller finds Doig, or attempts to.
Still a bit greasy there on the surface, got away for Doig. That was a lovely bit of skill there for Keith in the wide area. I actually thought that one maybe was a foul, but all about neutral commentary here.
We'll say justice was done for the last one. Strikings to Romans, first time, blocked by Mullen.
Mullen done well to get out there and block the shot. Looked like a good contact from Romans.
Well, this has been a bit of sustained pressure for Belgium in the last few minutes. Scotland have dealt with it well. As the cross comes in, Dane Murray in the right place again.
It's an awkward one to deal with, that bouncing just in front of him. Well played, Mulligan. That's a foul.
Yeah, good work by Mulligan just to drive forward, get Scotland up the pitch.
Again, in these games when you're going to be in your own half, defending, being organised, ball carriers are crucial. John McGinn does it exceptionally well for the A squad. When pressure comes, you just need someone to take you beyond that press and then buy the free kick, or obviously go and bring some quality, hopefully. But the free kick is priceless in these situations.
Will be Lennon Miller to take this one. Looks as if it will go towards that Belgian box and towards Dane Murray, who gets up well. Doig tries to flick on. Scotland claiming for a handball as Mbangula goes down. Romans goes long. It's dealt with at the second time of asking by Max Johnston.
Yeah, no, I think kind of wee bit rush clearance there, but got back on it and was able to go back to the keeper there and calm it down. I think Barron done great there, just giving Mbangula a dunt, feeling his calf. Barron on a yellow card, maybe a bit dangerous, but he done well.
Cameron looking for that ball in behind, but Belgium get it back. And maybe a bit of an opening here with Stroikens to Sardella. He's going to go for goal. It was ambitious from the Belgium captain. I'm not sure that was ever really going to worry Lewis Budinakis in the Scotland goal.
Love that from Mbudi though, tracking back the full way. As a striker, the right back's going forward, you can probably get away with just going, it's not my problem, but shows you the will to win this Scotland side have. They've had a great tournament so far, or great campaign, and shows you they really want to try and get in the qualifying for the Euros.
Brilliant touch by Mulligan. The second one just a bit too heavy. It was a tough one to take down from the goal kick. Spilliers, nice first time pass into Keita to break that first line of the Scotland press. Barron wins it back again for Scotland in midfield. Cameron. Johnston tries to go down the line, but it curls out of play.
It's a difficult one that there. He got the ball there from Mullen. I sometimes think Mullen's in a far more natural position to put that in the channel. But maybe if we're going max, we need to try and go back out the other side. But again, don't mind. We'll try to play a few passes rather than just gift them it forward straight away.
Just a few minutes to go until half-time here at Tynecastle. I think both managers will be quite content with what they've seen so far from their side. Scotland have defended well, attempted to get forward when they can. The Belgians have controlled most of the ball, just haven't been able to break Scotland down as Max Johnson heads away from Mbangula.
Approaching the 42nd minute, limited them to 2 opportunities really, a free kick as well.
There is still time in this half with Sardella, Vermeeren. Josh Doig tracks the run well, and Mabudi is fouled by Van den Bos, and Scotland will go quickly with Lennon Miller. He's got Mulligan in support. The Belgium numbers going back, the pass towards Mulligan, still makes it to him. Oh, it looked to be a lovely turn by Josh Mulligan, and Scotland will get the corner out of it.
I don't know if it was a corner, but that real positive play. The first pass from Josh Doig into Mbudi for the foul was a really good pass. The passes you need when you're soaking up this pressure. And just thought Lennon, the quality I know he has, maybe slightly overcooked that pass. But then Mulligan, I thought for a minute, produced a bit of magic. And then we deservedly won a corner.
Reminded me of Dimitar Berbatov at one point for Manchester United down at the byline to set up Cristiano Ronaldo. Didn't quite come off. This time, Miller's ball into the box, headed away by Romans. Clipped forward again by Nielsen this time. And the header's a good one towards Mabudi. In for Mullen. Has composure. Goes with the outside of his boot. Just can't make it work.
The first touch for Mbudi there was sensational, just taking him away from the pressure. To then find his teammate in the box. And I thought Mullen, for his composure I was talking about earlier in the defensive area, showed a real bit of quality. Just outside of the foot, maybe he's one stretch too far.
Well, he has scored against Belgium before. Jeremiah Mullen.
Himself and Cameron both starting tonight, so hopefully that's a good omen for us.
Murray up to win the header. And there is Connor Barron again, high energy in that midfield. Once again, good passing by Scotland. Mulligan forward for Josh Doig.
It's a good bit of pressure this from Scotland.
A real good spell to end the half for Scott Gemmell's team. And they've got a corner.
And again, it shows you that that'll do nothing but build their confidence. A couple of passes they're making, wee triangles, Barron linking up with Doig, coming back inside. I'm thinking, shows you what I know, I'm thinking come out the other side, you're kind of stuck on the one side, find another one, pocket for Doig, and down he goes, gets a corner.
Miller it will be to take once again. It's a dangerous ball in, headed away by Silla, drops for Lyle Cameron, but he knew from the moment it left his boot that was going to loop over the Belgian bar.
Okay, it was a good delivery. I think what's important about these deliveries is we don't know them, but there normally will be a routine and where they're looking to hit. We will not know that, but that looked a very good ball. Just not anyone quite on the end of it.
Well, that is the half-time whistle here at Tynecastle. Scotland 0, Belgium 0. The score after 45 minutes. Both teams have tried their best to unlock each other's defence. Both teams have had decent spells in the opposition's final third, but no goals to show for it so far in what is this crucial game in UEFA Under-21 Championship qualifying. We can take a look at some of the highlights from that first half as the players make their way down the tunnel. The first was about 12 minutes in. Scotland got themselves up the park to Lennon Miller at the edge of the box, but just couldn't power that one past the goalkeeper.
You know, I think Mbudi's certainly been a bright spark for us when he's got on the ball, done a lot of great defensive work. there finding Lennon at the edge, Lennon Miller at the edge, and I'm expecting him to make the keeper work harder at least. He possesses so much quality. See it day in, day out. We see it in the league now. And just to maybe expect a wee bit of a better shot.
Then an opening at the other end, a long ball forward. It fell to Yusuf Silla. Got the power on the shot, but wide of the mark.
Yeah, no, it was a great ball from Strickers in behind. Probably the first time I've seen the back three be a wee bit disorganised and nearly get punished. But again, they didn't. Shot was off target, and that was the first opportunity for them.
Then a chance from a set piece. Spilliers with the header.
This one was the worst thing I'd be disappointed with. A free header inside the 6-yard box. Should have done better. But again, we got away with it. But again, it's only been a couple of opportunities they've had.
And then it was the Belgium captain, Sardella, with a driving run. Went for an ambitious shot, really, from range. Scotland will be happy if Belgium continue to shoot from those sort of angles.
Yeah, I spoke about it on the commentary. The right back, under pressure from Mbudi, coming back the way, bodies in front of him. I'd be surprised if he's beaten a goalkeeper from there.
And then a strong end to the half for Scotland, culminating in this shot from Jeremiah Mullen.
No, look, unbelievable touch from Mbudi there. The header from Max, he turns on a sixpence. Has the composure then to find Mullen with a lovely chop in the box, and trying to just put that in the top bin with the outside of his foot. Just a wee bit off, but again, real positive play, and shows we've been well in the game for Belgium, probably having maybe 65-70% of the possession. We've certainly been in their half enough to cause them problems, and I think Scott Gemmell will be the happier of the two managers at half time.
Yeah, some good flashes from both sides. No goals so far in this game, but there was plenty of goals when the Scotland Under-21s were last in action against Malta. We'll leave you to have a look at those before the start of the second half.
John Miller has to wait to take this one. Miller flights it in. It's a header from Murray. It's 2-0 Scotland. What a great start. 8 minutes gone, and Dane Murray has his first goal for Scotland. The set piece working perfectly.
Fantastic ball from Lennon Miller. We spoke about his technical ability before the game, and you see how dangerous he is from set pieces, but Dane Murray attacks the ball, and it's a great header downwards into the far corner, and Scotland have a 2-0 lead. It's a great start.
Scotland got to the semi-finals against Spain, as they put the pressure on here. Scotland doing well. Cameron has a chance. The goalkeeper can't get it in his reach, and Mulligan must score. He does. Great pressure from Scotland. The goalkeeper, it was like a hot potato. He couldn't get a hold of it. And Scotland have a 3-goal lead after just 16 minutes.
Yeah, they'll be delighted with that. That will come from something they worked on, getting that high press. The first man doesn't get it, but he puts the opposition player under pressure.
Kieran Bowie kept going there as well.
Bowie, yeah, it was Kieran Bowie.
Miller in support. Mulligan inside to his Dundee teammate Lyle Cameron. Now Ewan Wilson, will he think about a drive here? Opts to go to Kelly. The ball into the box, must be for Scotland. There it is. Come in, number 4. Scotland score, and it's Lennon Miller with the header.
Fantastic goal. What a ball from Daniel Kelly. Look, it's not exactly a cross. He actually picks him out. It's a pass. It's a chip pass into Lennon Miller, and fantastic header as well. The young man getting into the box and getting on the end of it, but all comes from the Daniel Kelly cross. Great quality on it. Look, just a wee chip, and there you go. 4-0.
Well, he was unmarked, but it's a brilliant header to make it 4 for Scotland, and it's his first goal at under-21 level. Lennon Miller into Ramsey. Miller gets it back. He's scored one. He's set one up. Can he set another one up here? Wales. Oh, it's Nielsen at the second attempt, and Lewis Nielsen has made it 5 for Scotland.
Yep, it's a short corner back to Lennon Miller, and he just hangs across up into a dangerous area. Malta don't deal with it, and Lewis Nielsen is there to poke home. I think he was getting pulled as well at the same time. He'll be delighted with that. Let's see it back. Getting pulled, I'm sure.
Wales with the flick on, it falls to Nielsen, and he gets his first goal at this level. A 5-star night for Scotland.
Great ball again, isn't it?
Lewis Nielsen, the man that got Scotland's 5th. Back to Slicker as the final whistle is blown into Cali. It's been a great night for Scotland. A 5-star performance, you could say. Malta 0, Scotland 5.
Welcome back to Tynecastle for this big Euro 2025 Under-21 qualifier between Scotland and Belgium. Goalless at the break between the two sides. Tough opposition for Scott Gemmell's team. Quality Belgian side, but Scotland have done well defensively so far, created a couple of opportunities. One of those a shot by Lennon Miller, and they'll be hoping they could create a bit more in the second half. Stephen O'Donnell.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think more of the same. If I'm Scott Gemmell, I'm looking for the side to be patient, be organised. The Belgians have a lot of the ball, but in front of us, and then look to just have that quality in the breakout pass, and try and whenever we get in that final third, make sure we're making the keeper work, with hopefully a wee bit more quality than we've done in the first half.
No changes for either side going into this second half, as the referee Miguel Nogueira just makes sure everything is good to go for the start of this second half. Of course, Scotland with a win tonight would secure a vital playoff spot ahead of next year's tournament.
I'm hoping at some point, obviously if it stays like this, Belgium will need to try and go for the game. I'm hoping to see the young 16-year-old on the bench. He's got 8 appearances for Genk this season. His name's Konstantinos Karatas, I think, if that's the right pronunciation. But he, for 16, playing 8 games, be exciting to see his quality.
Yeah, lots of good talent on both benches that the managers surely will turn to at some point in the game, but it will be the teams that started the first half to start the second. And that's nice from Mbangula, straight away to get by Max Johnson. Looks in the mood already. Connor Barron gets it back for Scotland, and Max Johnson will put that one up the line.
He was pretty quiet in the first half, but well done, Mulligan.
What a chance. Mulligan is in there, but it's good recovery work by Spilliers, who initially lost it.
You know, I thought he just kind of made a wee mistake there. Mulligan was quick to snatch on it, but shown great recovery pace, Spilliers and quality as well, just to go back to the keeper.
Both teams looking alert in the opening minute of this second half here at Tynecastle.
Bangula there, he was quiet in the first half, but that's the first time he's kind of isolated Max and got at him, and looked dangerous, but we done enough, snuffed it out, and kind of just cleared it and got half a sniff there in the counter.
Strikers back to Van den Bos. Romans goes down the line for Mbangula, lets it go over his head, but Jeremiah Mullen is also no slouch. Miller with the flick in the air, then battles to try and get it under his control. Barron's touch towards Mabudi, and all Spilliers can do is put that one into the stand.
Lennon there shows a wee bit of his different qualities. When I play alongside him, I can see how he is on the ball, but he can also mix it up, getting stuck in about it. He's never shied away from a challenge. I think especially you see a lot of that in the cup games at the start of the season, when you're playing lower opposition and he gets stuck right in. They leave it on him because he's taking touches, but he doesn't shy away from it.
Tries to flick round the corner this time, goes towards Spilliers.
I like how aggressive Doig is here, looking to press the fullback. Sardella.
Romans. Strikens. Good work by Miller to put him under pressure, but it does come back to Strikens. Van den Bos to Strikers. Romans has a bit of space to work with. Goes wide to Mbangula. Oh, it's nice quick passing, but the final one just not quite into the path of Mbangula, and Dane Murray can sweep it away.
Well, Dane Murray there read the danger well, no nonsense. I just maybe would like Mullen there to be maybe slightly more aggressive. If he's going to go, he needs to then try and affect the ball. It gets slipped in behind him and he's out of slot, so either go early or just stay, depending obviously what Scott Gemmell demands and asks of him.
Sardella. Strikens. Mbangula. Couple of step overs, goes for the ball into the box. Nielsen heads away, and Miller takes it down well. Does fantastically well to come away with it. The sides forwards is the correct option. And it does help when you've got someone like Josh Mulligan who's happy to chase down every ball.
When you see the Belgians, we've obviously got likes the Ben Doak up with the 21s, but up with the A team, sorry. But Belgium's got Fofana, who's in the last squad from Lyon, who the Rangers fans will know well, and looked a real talent, and he's up with the Belgian A squad. So I don't think Max Johnson will be too disappointed that he's been called up to the A squad. Miss playing against him.
Yeah, Arne Engels at Celtic is another who's been heavily involved for Belgium's under-21s at times, but he's with the A squad for this international break. Was on the bench for a 2-2 draw against Italy. Sardella forced back the way by Josh Doig, showing that aggression that you mentioned.
Yeah, no, it's one of the hardest things when you're in a back five. Sometimes myself, you get kind of caught in between two stools, whether you're jumping to a full-back or sitting with a winger. And if you stay, it just has a knock-on effect in your team, defensively or negatively. So it just depends on opposition, and for Josh Doig being able to push forward, Nielsen's covering well.
The ball in is intercepted by Dane Murray. The pass by Doig goes back to Sardella. Stroikens, edge of the box, creates a shooting angle, but it's a good block by Lyle Cameron. Now Josh Doig with a touch. It's too heavy, but here's Cameron again.
Need to try and get out the other side there. That was great hold-up play from Mulligan. That's exactly what you need in that situation. Just Doig just slightly overrunning it.
And Bangula twisting and turning as he's tried to do. Stroikens lays it off for Keita. I think it's maybe hit one of his own players and will go out for a goal kick to Scotland.
You know, I know I said earlier I don't mind shots, but he looked as if he maybe just did shots from outside the box, but he looked there as if he maybe just had a wee bit too much time to line that one up, but thankfully it hit the player and went round the post. They can always go either way, and you don't want to sit too deep and allow that too often, because eventually one of them will take the nick it needs.
Well, Keita, who hit the shot, has been playing in Serie A this season, a couple of appearances for Parma since moving from Antwerp in the summer. Was sent off on his debut though against Udinese. And Bangula winning the header and getting back onto it, showing his pace, gets to the byline. Connor Barron once again showing that energy, tracking back, making sure that cross doesn't get into the box.
Barron's done really well there, especially on a yellow. It can be so easy just to take yourself out of the game, whether it's a foul or just getting cut across. But he's been doing that really well for Rangers. They push the full-backs wide.
This ball in, prodded away by Nielsen, then headed away by Miller.
So that he's used to covering the channels at Rangers where they're pushing their full-backs on, and he shows how comfortable he is out in the wide area.
Yeah, been involved in all 13 of Rangers games this season so far, Connor Barron, after that summer move from Aberdeen.
All three of the centre mids have been involved in every game the respective teams had this season, and because that's at Motherwell, Dundee and Rangers, it's great to see them playing in Scotland, and hopefully performing in occasions like this to kind of keep pushing the game forward.
Yeah, it's maybe not always been the case for Scott Gemmell that he's had players at his disposal, who have played so much in the way of senior football. As surely a foul will be given for the late challenge on Lyle Cameron, and it is.
And that's not even mentioning David Watson, who's obviously been doing excellent at Kilmarnock. So it's real depth in the squad.
Nielsen, another who's been playing regularly in the Scottish top flight, on loan at St Johnstone from Hearts. Barron, Mabudi goes down. All the way back to Lamens in the Belgian goal. Sardella assessing his options, goes back to Van den Bos. Romans closed down quickly by Lennon Miller, who looked as if he'd nicked it away from the full-back. Belgium just about get it back and now have to start again. Keita with space in the midfield to drive into. And a nice pick out. Mbangula goes for the shot, the curling effort. Budanokis saves. And Jeremiah Mullen gets that one away from the Scotland box and out of danger.
He certainly looked more dangerous, Bangula, in the second half. Cutting in there, need to try and force him wide, try and reduce his quality, but Baranakis has done well. He's done his job, he's kept it out. Thought maybe could have pushed it a wee bit wider, but again, for it being his first real action, hopefully that will build his confidence. Just slightly disappointed there whenever the manager Steve Clarke would speak about a positive action sparking a positive reaction, and just there Lennon presses the keeper, rightly or wrongly, it's an opinion, but he jumps. The team needs to jump with him. Everybody needs to push up. That's a real good opportunity to put them under pressure, and we just didn't. Connor Barron eventually went, but maybe just needs to be maybe the wing back, getting up there to support the press, and they kind of got out and ended up with a good opportunity.
Vermeeren, Keita. Mbangula seemed like he was the only option for Keita. Stroikens back to Keita. Scotland holding their shape well once again. Romans. The dancing feet of Mbangula back to Keita. Strikers. Searching ball in, and it eventually falls to the feet of Max Johnson. You wondered for a second who it was going to fall to.
You know, that one broke kindly for us, could have easily fell to Belgium, but I think just I was watching the build up there, and Silla's pushing back. He's a big boy, he's pushing back against Dane Murray, try to drag him away and create spaces, and it's so important we don't get hemmed in too long, because it just...
Oh, brilliant from Dire Mabudi, who's opened up this Belgium defence, and he's got a real chance to try and do something, but eventually he's put to the ground.
I'm thinking that's a foul. He's nice chop, really positive drive forward.
Barron. The Belgians seem to stop for a second, and Barron can drive forward, doesn't have too much in the way of support at the moment. Will eventually get the free kick. Had to do it all himself for a bit there, Barron.
Yeah, no, again, it was really good run from Barron as well, but before and Buddy, don't get involved in Buddy.
Yeah, just as you see this replay, a bit of pushing and shoving between some of the players at the edge of the box, but the referee is going to have to calm down, and his idea to calm it down is with a yellow card. One of those goes to Dire Mabudi, and the other goes to Zeno van den Bos, the central defender.
It's frustrating now in Buddy's book, but he's looked really sharp there, and it's disappointing to get the yellow card. I thought it was a foul, but sometimes you don't get them. But thankfully Connor Barron was backing up with real kind of quality and pushing the team forward, and we end up with a free kick, albeit a wee bit further out than I'd have liked.
Yeah, a good bit of distance on this one, but you'd expect Lennon Miller will be the one to stand up and take it in good goal scoring form for his club. 3-3 for Motherwell.
I spoke about he's a very good striker of the ball, but 30 yards with a goalkeeper, I'm not quite as sure. Max Johnson, I'm definitely not quite as sure.
Well, he is the one standing over it now, Max Johnson. Looks as if it will be Max Johnson to take, curls it over the bar.
No, looked a short run up. I thought maybe he needed a wee bit more power from that distance, but look, he's obviously feeling confident, stepping over it. And Lennon moving aside. Might have called age there. Oldest first.
Yeah, not to be for Max Johnson, who does have one goal at under-21 level. Vermeeren. Been tracked by Cameron. Still has it, Vermeeren. Just looking to create that space. The flag goes up, and it will be a goal kick to Scotland.
Well defended at the back post. Vermeeren's been, for such a big kind of reputation, been quiet. Again, it shows you that maybe the Scotland teams organise well, frustrating them, and they're just showing putting out the park for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's played twice in the Champions League so far this season, Vermeeren. He's actually played against his own parent club in Atletico Madrid for RB Leipzig, which you don't see too often, and played against Juventus as well. Oh, that's a lovely flick round the corner by Josh Doig towards Mabudi, but the strength of Van den Bos to hold him off. Two of them still doing battle.
2 easy games for him in the Champions League, that.
Romans. And Bangula lays it off. Stroikens with the strike. And it took a deflection on its way over, and by Budanakis' reaction, I don't think it was too far over the bar.
No, it was a good strike there from Stroikens. Barron just doing enough. Again, always kind of getting across onto his right foot and step him away. It's good first touch, second touch just to shift it in. Obviously Budanakis had that covered.
Strikers with the ball into a real dangerous area, and eventually it will go out for a corner.
Twice now we've been a wee bit lucky with the break of the ball. That was a really dangerous ball in.
The strikers will go over to the other side to take this one. As a few Belgian players line up on the centre circle. Sorry, the penalty spot. Headed, I think Romans was the one that actually headed it in the wrong direction. Vermeeren.
That would be some corner kick set up at the centre spot.
And sack the set piece coach at that one. Sardella. Keita. Forced to turn back.
Certainly see this first 15 minutes they've been a bit more dominant than the opening 15 minutes of the game. They've settled in quicker, and Scotland's not quite had the same maybe aggression or kind of regain and positive pass. They've not really got out that much.
And Bangula. Romans. Connor Barron quick onto him. Mullen plays it over to Barron. Does well to get it to Miller. Shifts it quickly.
It's the right idea. If they just put it forward early, it's just going to come straight back. They've tried the combinations, just not coming off, but need to be patient, stay confident, try and keep doing the same things, the right things.
Oh, it's chested down well, and Bangula is just out-muscled by Jeremiah Mullen, who does fantastically well, not only to track that run, but to make sure he was winning the ball. Vermeeren. Stroikens to strikers.
I spoke about it earlier. When Mullen gets contact on his opponent, he wins it every time, and it's really impressive against top players playing at Juventus.
Well, here he is in Bangula. Flicks it in. Made the run to try and get it back, but the cross will come in, and it's Mullen again doing the defensive work. Mabudi to Mulligan.
Well played.
Scotland getting the numbers forward here. Josh Mulligan, the Dundee man, still going, but he just couldn't get the pass away or get by his man, Josh Mulligan.
I think just possibly ran out of steam there. He'd done so well, and Buddy protecting it at the start. Just thought maybe an offload to Buddy on his left. Maybe the sharper of the two, but again, that's a positive. That's what we need to be patient for.
Well, maybe at this point in the game, 63 minutes on the clock, is when the managers start to turn around, assess their options, see what moves they can make, changes in personnel. Doesn't look to be too much movement there as Jeremiah Mullen puts Bangula to the floor.
Another great tackle, great timing. I think with the substitutes, be interested to see maybe Connor Barron been booked. You're looking to maybe freshen up in the middle, but he's been playing very well. We don't want to disturb that middle of the park. Maybe one of the strikers try and freshen up. But the game's finely balanced. You maybe don't want to upset it. That one lapse of concentration and a sub coming on and from the cold can just maybe make that difference.
Strikers. You could see what he was going for with the ball in behind. It goes into the arms of Budanakis.
Game for his first cap. Everything he's been asked to do, he's done relatively well. Couple of nice passes as well in the first half, showing confidence.
The kick goes long. Mulligan was up for it. Johnston out of play for a Scotland throw.
Interestingly enough, we've not got any subs out warming up.
Well, you might well be watching this game on YouTube. Scotland supporters will be able to watch this month's fixtures for the senior team against Croatia and Portugal on the Scotland National Team YouTube channel. The matches will be free to air, with the rights holders Viaplay producing and hosting the coverage. So a good opportunity to see the senior stars in action after watching the youngsters at it tonight. That one runs on. Lewis Nielsen gets back.
I think with the A-team being in the top group of the Nations League, it shows you the progression that's been made. I know there's been a lot of negativity around some results of the last wee spell, but when you're at the top table now, it's hard to pick up results. It's top teams you're playing every week. Same with the Euros. And yes, there's been a couple of games in amongst that, friendlies and whatnot. Maybe we should pick up a win, but we've for years wanted to be at the top. We're now at the top, and we're finding it tough. But that's the level you're up against, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah, the types of games, the types of occasions that all footballers want to be involved in, especially at this level, playing against a quality team like Belgium will help the development of these players as Belgium get into the box. The ball played towards the penalty spot. Max Johnson gets there before Mbangula.
It's very good defending, good tucking in. Ball came in, matched it well, clean contact, and that's perfect.
That's one thing that has been evident about this Scotland team, is willing to track their man at every occasion.
Yeah, no, look, it's the least you should expect. It's like at any level, whether it's club, but especially your country, it's the least you can do is run an extra yard for your teammate, for yourself, and do it with quality. That's what kind of separates the top ones, is when they do it at the right time, they come in at the right time, and then they have the quality with the clearance there from Max just to empty the danger.
The header was well won by Johnston. Scotland get the throw in front of the dugouts. But there has been a bit of activity just in terms of 5 Scotland players now heading behind that Belgian goal to warm up. A couple of Belgian players maybe been asked to come back and potentially get stripped and ready. Sardella. Spilliers in space. Mbangula. They're always looking to get that pass out to the winger. He comes inside. Vermeeren. Thought about the shot. Strikers. Headed back into a dangerous area, but there's Budanakis to once again gather and stop any danger.
Done well there again, coming out, gathering it. There was bodies round about him, but just seeing there for Strikers, he's all left-footed. I thought that before, but that ball's been played out perfectly for him to bend it in with his right, or at least attempt to, and kind of that danger zone between your goalkeeper and centre-back, and he's went with his left foot, which kind of was bizarre. But again, Budanakis done well to come out and get it, and we're still in this.
Romans to Mbangula. Scotland doubling up on the Juventus winger at the moment. Keita, Vermeeren, first time pass, it's flicked into the path of Mbangula. Stroikens has Romans in a wide position. Good passing in a tight area. An opening here for Vermeeren, who goes down.
He's went over that. That's not a penalty.
And that is going to be a yellow card for the midfielder. Did look as if he went down very easily there, Vermeeren. And rightly shown a yellow card by the referee.
That's when you love VAR. The fear I had when the whistle went, I think it's given. And well played, ref's in a very good position. Just to see Dave Murray stood, he's not dived in, and Vermeeren's looking for that every day of the week.
Well, 4 senior caps he's got for Belgium, Vermeeren. Cost Atletico Madrid upwards of £15 million in January, and it will be Belgium to make the first changes.
Silla coming off.
Yeah, hasn't been too involved in the second half so far, Yusuf Silla. So it will be him to come off and Kazim Olagbe to come on. Not his first experience of playing in Scotland. Actually had a loan spell at Ross County a couple of years ago. Played against yourself, Stephen.
Well, I seem to recall you telling me that it was in a 5-0 win, so I'll take it.
And the other change in Bangula, who's been lively but was unable to create anything properly for the Belgians, and it's Lucas Stassen that comes on. He was one of 2 late call-ups for the Belgians after a couple of injury dropouts. He will go into that central striking role, and it will be Olagbe who occupies that left wing where Mbangula saw a lot of the ball. A different challenge for Max Johnson, a different challenge for the midfield. It was a nice pass round the corner by Stassen in his first touch. Gets it back, and it's another nice touch. A good start from him, but it's over the top of Olagbe. Now Romans. Floated in, Cameron. Nice flick away.
It's a really good start there from Stassen. Lovely touch round the corner and spun again, but again Scotland defending the...
Oh, here he is. It's a nice ball and a big chance. Saved by Budanokis, but it goes through the legs of Budanokis this time. And Lucas Stassen just on the pitch. Already had a lively few seconds in the build-up. It took the second time of asking, but Belgium take the lead with 20 minutes to go.
Look, I think it's a good finish from Stassen. I think we'll be disappointed. I think when the substitutes come on, they've hit the ground running. We've been caught a wee bit cold with it, and it's a good first save from Batanakis. Could he maybe put it elsewhere? But to be fair, the second one, and Mullen on the line trying his best through the legs. It's a good finish, but it's just frustrating. We had bodies there. Sardella busting forward, good shot low, making the keeper save.
Well, wasn't even meant to be in the initial squad, Lucas Stassen, but he's come straight in and made his mark, his first goal at under-21 level. Plays his football in France for Saint Etienne.
And again, he wasn't in the original squad, but he's went for 9 million to Saint Etienne. It's a chance for Mbudi.
Oh, he's in, he's got support of Mulligan, but will he go himself? And he maybe just chose the wrong option, because Josh Mulligan to his left was screaming out for the pass.
I think he's seen the headlines there. That's got to be squared across to Mulligan. It's really sharp onto it. I've been really impressed with Mbudi all night tonight. Just in that occasion, maybe making the wrong decision, but again, it's against Spain. We needed to answer the goal. We got one. Can we answer this one?
Yeah, a big test of the character of these Scotland players as the ball's headed out of the Belgian box. Nielsen. Doig. Barron. Nicks it away from Stroikens. Mabudi going for the turn. Romans quick onto him, puts it out for a Scotland throw.
Against his club teammate there, I thought that was a foul coming through the back.
Mabudi tries to find the pass back to Lennon Miller. Keita deals with it. And Belgium will be quite happy to take their time over things at the moment after getting that goal. These supporters inside Tynecastle will be hoping that Scotland can at least get back on level terms.
Lagby's one of the substitutes, played every game this season for Cercle Bruges, and this is 11th appearance for the 21s.
Romans back to Stroikens. Keita. Strikers has Sardella out wide, who played a key part in the goal. The right back, always willing to try and get forward.
It's probably the first time they've really got in behind as a goal. Ball played down the side, keeper didn't, obviously not that he should have, but wasn't coming out to sweep up. Sardella just getting in behind, I think it was Nelson. And again, not the first shot, but the rebound just punishes.
Lagby with the back heel towards Romans. It comes off, and he'll now try and deliver into the box. Dane Murray clears, as there does look to be a bit of movement on that Scotland bench now. Scott Gemmell, changes are imminent. You never want to leave it too late. Stassen has space. It's Barron this time who gets his leg in the way. Cameron to Doig. Over the head of Mabudi. Comes back in his direction. Keita. Connor Barron didn't feel that it was a foul on Keita, but the free kick goes the way of the visitors. And Scotland will make those changes. The first of those will be Lewis Fiorini to come on. Dere Mabudi making his way off. And Josh Mulligan. And it will be a Scotland under-21 debut for Ryan Oney. Lewis Fiorini has plenty of experience at this level. Has been a key part of Scott Gemmell's plans. But Ryan Oney getting his first taste of the action. The youngster who came through the ranks at Hamilton.
Playing down at Sheffield United now, isn't he?
Yeah, made the move down south. Actually made his debut last season for Sheffield United in a game against Arsenal. Came off the bench. Hasn't been involved in the first team too much so far this season, just one appearance. Came off the bench against Wrexham in the EFL Cup. Just 18 years old though, and played many times for Hamilton before making the move at such a young age.
I think it was the right substitutes to freshen it up. The two boys up top done a pile of work. Just have been nice if maybe at the end there with the 2v1 we maybe made that count. Would have been just rewards for a really tough night shift. But hopefully Fiorini or Oney can bring that bit of quality and get us a goal.
Sardella to take this throw on the near side.
You can get caught up sometimes thinking it as a fan that the strikers aren't doing anything when you're kind of in a deep block, but the pile of running they do, you see it when I've played at Ibrox and Parkhead at times.
Well, Doig's ball in, looks a good one. Max Johnson trying to get it back across goal, and Lagby does well to skip by Mullen. He's got Miller for company. And Dane Murray has done that plenty of times so far, just made sure he's in the right position. in the centre of the box, clear away balls in that direction as Mullen tries to do some attacking. Keita, who's shown some quick feet, and Stassen with a lovely flick round the corner. Alagby up against Barron. Good block by the Rangers midfielder. Vermeeren. Stassen, who's made a real difference so far in the shot from distance from Sardella, gathered by Budanokis.
Really good hands there for Budanokis. But just before, another great bit of defending from Dane Murray. Just as I'm watching on, I'm seeing maybe Max Johnson hobbling a wee bit.
Yeah, I think he landed awkwardly when he went up for that header at the back post a few moments ago, just stretching out as Lyle Cameron plays the ball to Josh Doig.
I think it's certainly a position that you've got plenty of quality. You've got Calvin Ramsey on the bench if he's needed.
Well, here he is, Max Johnson. Gives it away to Keita. It comes to Nielsen. Doig. Couldn't find a Scotland shirt with that pass, and it's now Stassen. Strikers back to Sardella.
It's just at what point do we need to try and fling something at it? We need to maybe change something to try and get a wee bit further up the park.
The Belgians looking to try and put this game to bed with a second. Scotland defending well again. Mullen forward. Fiorini flicks on, just not on the same wavelength as Ryan Oney. I think he was just telling his strike partner where he wanted him to run.
I think Oney was in the better position there to bring it down. I don't know if there's no communication, but he was just giving a shout.
Sardella. Strikers. One-on-one with Doig. Good ball into the box, but no one was attacking that area. But will be interesting to see the different dimension that Oney and Fiorini add up top. And it won't be the last changes made by Scott Gemmell.
Looks like probably Max Johnson's coming off, I think. Is it Ramsey getting ready?
Yeah, it will be Calvin Ramsey the next change.
I was impressed with Calvin Ramsey the last game. He's been out. He's another one that's missed a lot of football. But watched him the last game against Spain. Similar task to tonight, but showed some really good quality going forward. And again, as we spoke about Dane Murray being young, having injuries, it can build your character, can make it very difficult for you. But looks like he's coming at the other end of it.
Yeah, Jarner Strikers comes off for Belgium as they make another change, and it's going to be Hugo Sikwe to come on, bringing on a player who's got a senior cap. Calvin Ramsey coming on for Scotland as well.
Yeah, for having I think he made his debut against Estonia for the A squad. Sikwe, he applies his trade at Club Brugge.
Daniel Kelly, the other change for Scotland. The former Celtic man now playing at Millwall. Here's Ryan Oney, shrugged off the ball by Keita. Scotland get it back. Oney out wide for one of the fresh faces, Calvin Ramsey, in towards Ryan Oney.
Defender done well there to get a stick a leg out, but that's a bit more positive from Scotland.
Strikins has Miller at his back. Romans will just go long. Alagby tried to be tricky, didn't come off. But Stassen has it out on the left. Well, it is good to see Lewis Fiorini back on the pitch for Scotland, because he missed the last camp with an injury. He's missed some of this season with an injury as well. Just finding his feet at Stockport County as Calvin Ramsey, who just came on, does his defensive work.
one could have went anyway. Bit of a guess from the linesman.
Just around 6 minutes to go of regular time here at Tynecastle. Advantage Belgium at the moment. You'd expect Scotland will try and get forward, but Josh Doig getting forward too quickly, straying into an offside position.
Yeah, maybe just a wee bit early, but it's a really positive pass from Kelly and executed it well. Just Josh Doig strayed a wee bit too fast too early, but we just need to try and start to build the last 5-10 minutes coming up now. We need to try and build a wee bit of pressure, ask some questions this Belgian backline.
Well, the only defeats Scotland have had so far in this campaign have been to Spain, who have been beating everyone really. They'll be hoping that this won't be another. A long ball out to Ramsey, but Romans gets there. Alagby back to Keita. Taken down unconventionally by Stassen.
I'm interested to know why Stassen wasn't in the original squad, because he's looked sharp, he's looked lively. Obviously got a pedigree, going for money, and obviously showed his bit of quality coming on. So
yeah, it shows the depth that the Belgians have at their disposal. 4 appearances in Ligue 1 in France this season after his move from Westerlo in the summer.
just a 9 million move. It was euros.
Don't know what the exchange rate is these days. Alagby couldn't get the touch, but the flag does go up. Time is running out for Scott Gemmell's team. But one thing you know about this Scotland side, they won't be giving up. They'll push until the very last whistle.
Coming into this game, a draw would be a very good result. So he goes to head to finish second. And
as it stands, it would be the Belgians in control for that second spot going into the final round of fixtures. Spain have already wrapped up the group, running away with it. Scotland and Belgium level on points going into this game. The Belgians would go 3 ahead. Scotland would need to hope that they slip up on the final day, but even at that,
I think it's against Hungary. I think on the final game, Hungary won't really have it after this result. Means they won't have anything to play for. But frustrating when you put so much into the game, and certainly the first half there's so many positives. In second half, maybe I don't know if it was maybe tiredness or Belgium just upped a gear. It's hard to know. If you're on the park, you can maybe get a better feeling of it. But certainly the combination of the two, even, it's just been a tough second half to kind of really get any sort of a control or momentum.
yeah, I think the fact that Scotland obviously had a good result against Belgium earlier on in this campaign, it is easy to forget just how much quality Belgium have, how tough a draw it was for Scotland, having Spain and Belgium as the first and second seeds in this group. One of the tougher groups they could have been drawn in, as Barron makes his way into the box. Will it go out for a corner? No, it's Rumens who keeps it in and gets it down the line towards Mullen. Miller stands that up. It's a decent delivery towards Doig, but gathered into the hands of Sen Lamens. Well, not much Scott Gemmell and the Scotland bench can do now. They just need to see what these players can offer up in the last couple of minutes. Naturally, Belgium will drop deeper. As Calvin Ramsey wins the throw on the far side. On loan at Wigan at the moment, Calvin Ramsey from Liverpool. Of course, had a fantastic season for Aberdeen in his first real senior season there. Scottish Football Writers Association Player of the Year, as Fiorini flicks it in to try and find Oni, then gets the cross into the box, but it was too far away from Kelly and Doig, who were waiting.
I think the deflection just took the sting out of there and looked up. In that situation, you kind of hope it just goes out for a corner, allows your team to get an opportunity to load the box.
This one goes long for Belgium, one back. Barron on the turn. Doig is on the run. Barron spotted it, couldn't make the pass work. Kelly. Back to Nielsen. Murray to Ramsey. There will be one final Scotland change. It's just being lined up at the moment.
Is it Milne coming on? I imagine that will be to possibly kind of have a target man up front.
Well, Scotland will make that final change. Now it's Jeremiah Mullen who's going to come off. And Jack Milne, who is a defender by trade, runs straight up front. He'll join Lewis Fiorini and Ryan Oni in the final moments of injury time. There is 3 added. That's the time Scotland have to try and get that crucial goal to draw level with Belgium, to draw level with them on points again, or stay on points with them going into the final match day of the Under-21 qualifying for Euro 2025.
I think it's certainly with Jack Milne going up top, there's no questions of what's happening. We need to try and hit him with a wee bit of quality and get some runs off him the last couple of minutes.
Kelly. Doig's pass just hits off Kelly as Barron wins it back. That one cleared and comes off the chest of Calvin Ramsey. Stassen to Alagbe. He may well, I thought, might take it to the corner, but it's looking to be more positive than that. Probably wasn't the right idea in the end. Keita. In for Alagbe. Cuts it back. Stassen on the turn. Off the post and in from Lucas Stassen, who has been the difference maker in this game after coming off the bench. And that will secure all 3 points for the visitors. And it's Lucas Stassen with his second of the game.
Look, I think when you bring on a player worth 9 million, and you've seen right away from his first touch he was hungry, he wanted to be there, was maybe not being called up the shake he needed to kind of sharpen up, and boy, he's brought quality to the game. His first couple of touches, his finish for the first, and then the swivel here to take the ball away from pressure and find the bottom corner without seeing the goal. It's a sign of a good striker, that he knows where the net is.
Well, 5 appearances with no goals for the under-21s before today, Lucas Stassen, but off the bench to bag a brace and to secure what will be all 3 points for Belgium. A massive 3 points for Belgium. And it's been such a promising campaign for Scotland. Sat in a good position heading into the final 2 games, but they've now got some real work to do, and they'll need to hope results go their way on the final day as well.
It's frustrating because 3 of the games that I've done has been the 2 Spain ones, and then this game tonight, the Belgian one, and top opposition, and we've competed, we've performed well, and just getting nicked.
Well, the referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle, and that will be it at Tynecastle. It's a double for Lucas Stassen. He came off the bench in a game that maybe just needed a bit of magic, a bit of quality, and it was him that offered it up. The 19-year-old, who, as we said, wasn't even in the initial squad for this match, but has come on and got 2 goals to give Belgium a big win. It was a hotly contested match, and as you say, Scotland stood up to the challenge well against quality opposition, but just couldn't hold out.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look, I think on the first half it was very even. Belgium had more of the ball, but we looked a threat, constantly on attack, on the counter with Mbude, Mulligan, a couple of half chances. The second half, Belgium kind of started to kind of build on the pressure and getting chances from it. And then when Stassen came on and changed the game and got the 2 goals. Very good display again defensively in a lot of aspects from Scotland. But maybe just we needed to offer a wee bit more, hold the ball a wee bit more in the second half especially. But look, noticeable absentees. 3 of the back 6 weren't available for this game. And as much as Badanaskis didn't do anything wrong, Slicker maybe gives a different confidence to the team. He'd played every minute. But look, it's been a positive campaign, and hopefully more to come.
Yeah, we can take a look at some of those highlights from the second half. The moments that made the big difference in this match. This one, the cut inside and the shot, but saved by Badanaskis.
Well, we'd say the Ngula had a quiet first half. Second half he came out a bit livelier and getting on his right foot, but Badanaskis done enough and kept it out the net.
At that point, Belgium did look the side that were going to create more chances, maybe clearer openings.
Yeah, look,
and this is exactly what happened.
This is probably the first time they really got in behind us. Sardella with a nice 1-2 from your man Stassen again, and that's his first opportunity he gets. Clean strike through the goalie's legs, but it was a nice combination. The rotation, your winger coming a wee bit deeper, the fullback pushing forward. It shows the quality they have again. Sardella, Antwerp, I'm sure, and showed his quality, and then Stassen with the follow-up.
Well, that gave Stassen the taste for it, and after getting his first, he put the game to bed.
At this point we'd made some changes and we were maybe pushing for it, trying to get that equaliser, and Olagbe and Stassen, the 2 substitutes, linking up, and again showing the quality they had. They brought it on and they really had an impact, and the manager will be delighted.
Yeah, lovely touch on the turn from Lucas Stassen, and the finish in off the post. Lewis Badanaskis had absolutely no chance with that one, but at that it meant, and it means that the full-time score is Scotland 0, Belgium 2. It's not the final game of this campaign. Scotland have 1 more to go on Tuesday night against Kazakhstan. Of course, with the international break, the senior team in action as well over the next few days. You can keep up to date with all of that on the Scotland national team channels across social media. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.